Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Powassan Sportsplex for Saturday Night Hockey. I feel like someone's coined that before. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long for the first time in what feels like forever here at the Powassan Sportsplex. Welcome back, Ben. It's been a while, and I'm really happy to be here. I've been missing it. Yeah, it's been a lot of good hockey. Well, the Voodoos have been up and down a little bit since you've been away, so maybe you're the good luck charm here tonight, as they fell last night 3-1 to Hearst, so that's never a good sign. But they're playing the Iroquois Falls Storm here tonight, and we'll talk, as you heard off the hop, our players to watch, and I'll give you your Iroquois Falls Storm player to watch. It's Mac Jugnoth with 7 goals, 9 assists in 28 games played. He has 16 points. That leads the Storm by 3 points. And he's been an impressive player so far up in Iroquois Falls this season. And Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about our Powassan Voodoo player to watch? For the Powassan Voodoos, we have Chase Thompson as the player to watch, the hometown hero. We've seen him do lots of great stuff. He's at 28 points for 25 games so far this year, and showing no signs of letting up here. No, and you know what? He should show 19 or 29 points as he scored a goal yesterday, but it shows us Carson Ricci on the online and in the game stat, but which is strange because Thompson was in the corner celebrating. He led the train back to the bench, and then they announced they announced Nick Beattie originally, who wasn't even playing, and then Carson Ricci. So a little bit of an interesting thing here, but yes, the hometown hero was also our player of the game. From North Bay Sturgeon Falls McDonald's player of the game after the game last night. It's fitting for a player to be player of the game last game, player game to watch today. Yeah. But speaking of our player of the game, I had a privilege of stopping by the Sturgeon Falls McDonald's the other day, and I sent a picture to the group chat saying the Frontline supports our sponsors. Yeah, every time that we end up going to Sudbury for whatever reason, be it the NOJHL showcase or what, we always seem to end up stopping at that Sturgeon Falls McDonald's. It's just convenient. It's right there. It's on the highway, and it's a McDonald's. Who doesn't love McDonald's? Exactly. And if you're going to some place like Sudbury, you might as well have some McDonald's to give yourself some hope going into the future, because there's not much of it in Sudbury. Anyways, apologies to anyone who lives in Sudbury. We're just getting ready here for the national anthems, as Iroquois Falls goaltender Brody Haylock was late to come out. Now he is out there, so we'll get ready for the national anthem, and we'll be back after the singing of both the Canadian and American national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly screaming, and the rockets wrecked the land, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
And we're just about ready for puck drop here at the Powassan Sportsplex between the Voodoos and the Iroquois Falls Storm. Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long, Harrison Clements, who will be dealing with our social medias all night long, so give us a follow on the Frontline pod. Cassie Millen, our wonderful co-op student, and of course Mike Brown for those on Flow Hockey. It is Mike who will be bringing you all the wonderful camera angles of this one.
Happy birthday, Mike.
It is indeed Mike's birthday every day. His actual birthday's early October, but hey, it is what it is. Quickly, the goalie in net for the Storm is Brody Haylock. In 6 games played, he has 1 win, 3 losses, a 3.39 goals against average, and an .899 save percentage. So respectable numbers in the cage of the Storm. And in net for the Voodoos is Tyson Wilcox. He's also played 3 games. He has 1 win, 1 loss, a 465 goals against average, and an .862 save percentage. So a couple of goalies here getting some starts here that they might not be the number ones on their team, but they're number one here tonight as we're underway. The Storm in their white jerseys are going left to right to start the game, and the Voodoos in their green jerseys are going right to left. The Storm, and there's a quick chance. That net is in! And the Voodoos are in flight 14 seconds into the game. What a goal there. It's the hometown hero, Chase Thompson, right off the hop, his 12th of the season.
Player to watch indeed. And that's exactly the kind of start that Powassan, I don't know if they could even have drawn it up that well. 14 seconds into the first period, coming up 1-0.
Well, you definitely couldn't draw it up any better for sure. Quick goal by the Voodoos. Was just about to say the Storm are finishing up a 3-3, in which they played Sudbury and French River the last 2 nights. And the Voodoos played last night against Hearst, falling 3-1. As we're going to get a penalty here right away as well for interference. Darren Long making the call. Looks like it's going against Iroquois Falls. So the Voodoos will have another chance here to add another goal as well. And once again, we meet again our greatest nemesis, the stanchion here at the Sportsplex.
Well,
I mean, the greatest nemesis in Powassan. I'm sure there's worse elsewhere.
It's true. And I mean, if that's our greatest nemesis, I think we're doing okay.
I think so too.
If our biggest foe is a post.
Puck back to McCarthy at the point. He dumps it back in. Patrick looking for it on the near side. Gets it back to McCarthy. Quick shot. Turned aside by Haylock. Now it's Patrick battling for it. Gets it around behind the net to Case. Case back to Patrick quickly. Back for Case. And he couldn't hold on to that one, so the puck's back through to the neutral zone for Cameron Lemke. Lemke for Case. As a Storm player falling on the ice now, a shorthanded chance is negated by Case. Case through the neutral zone. Flips the puck in around the end wall out to McCarthy. McCarthy walks in. Oh, he mishandled that one, but gets the puck quickly over to Lemke. Lemke back to McCarthy. McCarthy with a quick shot. That one's blocked in front of the net and flipped down the ice, but not that far as Case picks it up in the neutral zone. Still over a minute on the man advantage. McCarthy with it. Minute and a half in this game. Voodoos up 1-0. McMillan through the neutral zone with a head of steam. Walking in. Cuts around. Puck slides off his stick. Couple of times that's happened already. And then the puck came out to Ricci. He couldn't get a good stick on it, though, as the puck's all the way down behind his net for Wilcox to play. Puck bounced out by Wilcox, and now Wraith Smith, the battalion prospect, quickly through the neutral zone. Smith, sharp angle shot to Havelock. McMillan in on the rebound, and it's turned aside by Haylock. And we'll get a stoppage here. Under a minute left on the man advantage as well.
That was a dangerous-looking chance that Haylock had to face off against there. He had the first shot off his pad rebound, nice bounce out. And I thought we were going to get a second Voodoos goal here quick into the game, but we'll have a face-off in their end instead with less than a minute of time left in the power play.
One by Iroquois Falls, back to the point. Ricci stops it. And now it's to McMillan on the far side. McMillan walks in, sharp angle shot, missed the net. Now it took a weird bounce. Smith was there to collect it, but it did take a weird bounce away from him. So now the puck went all the way back down into Voodoos territory. Ricci. And that's a... yeah, that's a penalty. McMillan knocked this stick right out of Cho's hands. And you have to... yeah, that's something that just... Cho looked around and was like, what happened here? There was no puck, nothing. He literally just knocked the stick right out of his hand, and now the Voodoos will be penalized for 2 minutes or less.
And that's an unfortunate penalty to take, and you got to, coaches aren't happy about those ones because there's no need for that. speaking of coaches, I heard that the famed Voodoos GM Chris Dawson might be on the bench coaching a couple games in December.
Yeah, he might have to be. Head coach Peter Goulet and assistant coach Josh Hardiman will be going to Team Canada East at the Under 20 Junior A Challenge. Basically the Junior A equivalent of the World Juniors. The Voodoos had a player a few years ago in Owen Sago, along with trainer J.J. Johnson. Owen Say, what a season he had here in the green. I bemoan it every year, but they were going to win the championship that season. No ifs, ands, or buts, the 2019-20 Voodoos team. As puck into the neutral zone, back for Iroquois Falls in their own zone as they can't gain the zone of Powassan here with a minute 10 left on the man advantage. Now going the other way, Hinman takes a shot, kicked aside by Wilcox, is out to the point. Another chance there. Cassidy throws that one into Leach. Leach on the near side. Back to the point for Hinman. Over for Cassidy. Cassidy with the shot. Wilcox got that one with his glove, and we'll get a stoppage here with 53 seconds left on the man advantage. The Voodoos still with a 1-0 lead.
This has been a solid penalty kill so far for the Voodoos. They've looked very strong positionally. A little of that might be from the Storm not seeming to get too strong set up and moving puck very well, but the Voodoos are a great job of being where they need to be.
Case off the face-off, gets to the puck, tries to flip it out, but Iroquois Falls doing a good job of keeping it in. Lemke tried to get it out, but is shoveled to the point and no further. Now to the near side. The Storm with possession. Sherwin gets it to Crump. Crump in deep. Gets it to his man. Battling for it. Back to Crump. Now in tight for Peaver. Peaver with the shot. Good chance there, and a secondary chance turned aside by Wilcox, as he had to be sharp on both those chances by the Storm. Cross-ice pass, couldn't find anybody in a white jersey, and the Voodoos get to the loose puck, send it right down the ice, and Haylock is out to play it. McKnight, with the puck behind his net, flips it up the ice quickly. Now Iroquois Falls back on the attack. Coming into their zone, flipped into the middle of the ice. Patrick got to it, flips it into the corner. However, it's given away, but now we're back to even strength. Pass back to Ella or Felix, and he missed that one. So now the puck came out, and we'll get another stoppage here. Looks like another penalty for slashing, and this one will go against Iroquois Falls, as Caleb Dawson was slashed. His stick was also laying on the ice.
That's a couple of those behind the play while the puck's gone that people have taken penalties, and I think Powassan's going to be happier about this one than the last one. But on that penalty kill, they always say you need your goaltender to be your best penalty killer, and Wilcox made some great saves there, including that one where he stretched out the pad and made a save, and when he seemed out of position, made a second one.
Matthew Rabideau in the box for slashing. Voodoos with possession quickly. A good shot there by Smith is turned aside by Haylock. Now on the far side, Ricci gets it back to McMillan. McMillan walking the line. Stops up, takes a shot high. It's over the net. Iroquois Falls with possession. Is kept in by Smith as he was able to bat that one out of the air. Almost looking like his future teammate in North Bay, Liam Arnsby, from the other night. Smith gets to the puck in his own zone. Flips it to Ricci. Gives it a quick little give and go with Smith. Now down the ice for Smith. Walking in, stops up. Twisting around, looks for some options, throws it on net, tries to get a tip from Turner, and it was tipped, but McKnight gets to it. Back to Smith at the point, though. Smith with another shot. Haylock with it, rebound to the side of the net, turned aside by Haylock, puck on this side, and the goaltender's having some problems with his helmet as he was trying to shake it off because that shot knocked a couple of the straps loose, and when you're a goaltender, if your helmet's not secure, well, you're in for some trouble.
Yeah, as a goalie, that helmet on, it's a whole different thing than a player helmet, right? And once one of those straps comes loose and that back piece becomes not stable, it just flops around and you can't see and it's not in the right spot. You could possibly be in for a world of hurt in an awful hurry.
Lemke wins the draw to McCarthy. McCarthy flips it in for Patrick. Patrick walks on the near side, flips it right back in. Other side to Case. Case back to the point. Kept in with a shot. McCarthy, it's in. The Voodoos get a second one here on the power play as Darby McCarthy, with his 8th of the season, puts the Voodoos up 2-0.
Anyone listening at home will have heard that almost sounded like a question when you were calling that goal.
Yeah.
Because from this angle, it almost looked like a nothing shot. that he just picked the corner and found the back of the net. But that was an amazing shot that I expected nothing to come of.
No, and it's in the back of the net. Havelock now facing 8 shots, has only made 6 saves, allowing 2 goals. But yeah, it's and no one really reacted either. It wasn't until he just turned around and put his stick down that was kind of like there was no like real big celebration.
Yeah, it was like, okay, there's a goal.
Yeah, okay, another day at the office. 2-0 Voodoos lead now. Off the sticks of Chase Thompson and Darby McCarthy. 14-17 in this first period. Voodoos lead the shots 8-4, 2-0, and they'll get another offensive zone draw. Owen Smetham coming in. He has it knocked off his stick off the faceoff though, and Iroquois Falls gets possession, kept in by the Voodoos, who flip it around behind the net. Caleb Dawson looking for possession. Dawson battling on the near side. Now it's to Smetham. Smetham taken down off the skates, and McClellan just gets to it and flips it right back in. Now on the near side, Hinman flips it down the ice. However, McEwen, an affiliate player who played last night as well, just slipped it right back. Matt and I were actually really impressed with the play of Cole McEwen last night. Getting a lot of ice time, too, on this Voodoos team. Jaden Sturge with the puck, up for Smetham. Owen Smetham has the puck knocked off his stick, and now Corbett going the other way. Corbett. Far side, Beatty has it off his skate, but the pickoff attempt is lost to Matthew McMillan. McMillan tried to gain in the zone again, flips the puck around on the near side. Bodies collide on the near side half wall. Coming away with possession with that one as Iroquois Falls is at Benedetti. Now McKnight flipping the puck right back into Voodoos territory. Behind the net was Sturge, going far side for McMillan. McMillan quickly up ice for Thompson. Thompson for Smith. Smith walks in, takes the shot. Good block there by Iroquois Falls. Another chance on net, Rotundo. Thompson got a piece of that one, and it just went wide. Rotundo at the neutral zone. Tried to flip the puck back in. Now it's to Thompson to Smith. Smith carries it in, looks out front. Another chance by Thompson. And the goaltender didn't see it, but it was blocked in front. And the puck was floating there for a moment. Back in, Iroquois Falls takes a shot well wide of the net. On to the near side now, Rabideau. Couldn't get possession there. Now Smith down the ice. It would go for icing, but the puck was right in on Haylock's net. So he's just going to cover things up with the battalion prospect barreling down on him.
Smith was gone and away on that play, and he didn't seem to leave the zone too early. He just caught defenseman flat-footed and got away. Fortunately for the Storm, the goalie was able to be there and just cover it up, but that was close to dangerous for them.
Wraith Smith has been really impressive for the Voodoos this year. The battalion prospect as McCarthy tried to tip the puck in. Another chance out front for McCarthy is turned aside by Haylock. Back to Ricci. Ricci throws the puck back in, and that one's skated aside by the Storm. That was Bluin. Now Iroquois Falls from their own zone, flipping it up. Ricci gets it right in front of Wilcox. Ricci decided to go behind his net before he faked that one. Now McCarthy. Right back into Storm territory. Takes a shot wide of the net. Reese Smetham back to the point for Case. Case stopping up, flipping the puck down in, and that one's off a shin pad of Morin, and it goes out of play.
One thing that the Voodoos have been doing really well today, Courtney, is they've been doing a great job of getting to the front of the net. I've seen a couple really good tips, some good screens. Both goals are from guys getting to that front of the net zone and just causing trouble there.
Yeah, the Voodoos have almost been uncontested in front of the net, it feels like, with the amount of tipped shots that they've had in the last 5 minutes, too, since that second goal. Patrick, and he loses the draw handily. Puck back in, flipped out of the Storm zone, down to Wilcox. Wilcox plays the puck to McEwen. McEwen down the ice, and no, it's kept in by the Storm. As a good battle on the far side ensues. Puck comes out, another good blocker save by Wilcox. Dubroy battling for possession. It comes back out to the point again. Another chance by the Storm, kicked aside, hit the side of the net as well. Puck down the ice, and a foot race here as Turner tried to find Dubroy in the center of the ice, but Couldn't get the pass through, or else Dubroy would have been home free. Iroquois Falls down the ice, tipped into the Voodoo zone. As Hart got a piece of that, so no icing. Up for Sturge to Turner. Turner couldn't hold on to it as Cho gets it back to his defenseman. Down the ice, Cho gaining possession in the Voodoo zone. Shot on net, turned aside by Wilcox. The rebound kicked aside. Not by Wilcox, though. It was kicked aside by a scrum in front. And now the puck comes out front, nearly almost given away to Beattie in front of the net. McKnight with it to Rabideau. Rabideau up the ice quickly to Benedetti, or Corbett rather. And the puck gains the neutral zone once again. Beattie flipping it right in cross ice. Caleb Dawson on the chase. Out for Smetham. Smetham goes across for Sturge. Sturge gets to it. Walks in. Walks out front. Haylock with the save, and the puck is into the corner. And now in the spot vacated by Sturge, it comes out, so Ricci gets to it. Ricci has a trailer of Corbett, looking for his options as he stops up in his own zone. Corbett on to him, puts pressure on as Smetham threw in the middle of the ice, but quickly coming back is Crump. Crump with a shot, stick save by Wilcox, and is turned aside by the netminder. Puck in the corner in Powassan territory. Crump gets it back to the point. Now it's back for Sturge, however. And Sturge flips it out looking for Dawson. Now it's back to the Storm. In for Sherwin. Sherwin with a shot. Turned aside by Wilcox. Sherwin battling for it. Gets it to Thompson. Puck down the ice, but Hindman gets to it. And now again, as that was Sherwin who flipped it back in, but Thompson got to it, hit a body. Now it's to Crump. Out front was looking for Leach. Leach couldn't corral it. And going the other way is Smith. Smith gaining the zone, stops up, looks cross ice for Thompson. A little bit too hot for Thompson to handle. And now it's back for McMillan. McMillan kept the puck in, got it to McEwen. McEwen fans on a pass out and falls on the ice. Now the puck is out to the neutral zone. Good chance here for Iroquois Falls, but a greater back check by McMillan. Gets the puck back to the point. McEwen tries to stick it out. He does, and now Smith has it as he walks into Iroquois Falls territory. Nice chance there by 25 in green, but he missed the net. Now back down the other side, Lemke takes a big hit, and what a big hit by both players. And that's going to be a penalty against Lemke for interference as both players went flying.
Are you sure that was to Lemke? I thought that was being called. Oh, yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, he pointed right at him, so that's Adam Morrell making the call on the interference.
I suppose we shouldn't talk too bad about Adam Morrell, but
No, he gets a little sad.
yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, I like Adam too. That's probably why he gets a little bit sad. He's like, oh, somebody betrayed me.
Yeah.
Crump, far side. Sherwin gets to it. Good blocks. Glove saved there by Wilcox, and the clock didn't go down, so they might have got a few free seconds there. No, they'll have to reset the clock here, as that definitely still says 2 minutes on the penalty kill.
Yeah, looks like the ref's over at the timekeeper box to try and sort out that issue. I'm going to say that was 1 second, 2
No.
seconds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're not going to just go count down.
That's 8.
They're calling 8 seconds.
As soon as you saw
I should have just kept going.
Oh, my goodness, that's funny. Smetham flipped the puck down the ice. It'll be to Patrick. Patrick has one man to beat. Takes a shot, stopped by Haylock. And Iroquois Falls out from their own zone. McKnight with the puck. And it's quickly back to the blue line and flipped back in, though. But it's kept in. And a good save there by Wilcox turns that one aside. Back to McKnight at the point. McKnight takes a shot, kicked aside by Wilcox. And it's Sherwin who keeps it in. Sherwin nearly had the puck knocked off his stick to Wilcox. Another shot. Goes cross ice. Kicked aside again by Wilcox. Rotundo battling as the puck is up against the far side corner. A minute left on the man advantage. Iroquois Falls now out shooting the Voodoos 13-11. Near side for Sherwin. Sherwin with another shot. Wilcox gets a glove on that one. And I've mentioned McKnight a couple of times on this one. Justin McKnight has 9 points in 28 games as a defenseman. And I have to say, he was the player that I had the opportunity to interview at the NOJHL Showcase as the player representative for the Iroquois Falls Storm. One of the best talkers out of all the players and all the representatives I talked to for the segment Get to Know Our Players that Chris Dawson and I did for the whole league. And it was fun getting to know Justin very briefly. Playing all the way up in Iroquois Falls this season. Going for a skate now into the neutral zone. Jugnoth takes a hard hit. He's knocked down. So that was a good hit leveled there by Ricci. Near side, Case gets to it. Flips it right down the ice. And is stopped up in his own zone by Haylock. 19 seconds left on the man advantage here for the Storm. Down the ice, Iroquois Falls. Hindeman back to his trailer. And is walking in now is Cassidy. Cassidy goes cross ice. Puck knocked down by McClellan. And now it's down the ice for Thompson. The Voodoos could have had a 2-on-0. But the puck didn't cooperate. Now it's Dubroy in the far side corner. Dubroy goes for a skate in the offensive zone. Back to McEwen. McEwen throws it on net. Good tip by Turner. Turned aside by Haylock. And then the wraparound attempt by Lemke as we're back to 5-on-5. Hit the side of the net and didn't go in against Haylock. So we'll get another stoppage here, and that'll be our mid-period timeout with 6:05 left in this first period. Courtney Kenny and Ben Long here on the Frontline Game Day broadcast. It's 2-0 Powassan, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. Courtney Kenny alongside Ben Long. Once again, 2-0 Powassan leads on the sticks of Chase Thompson 14 seconds into the game and Darby McCarthy a few minutes later on the power play. Ben, how's the game going so far?
The biggest story to me is Wilcox has looked so good out there, having had a couple of power plays against him. Had 14 shots, not let any in. He's had a couple really good times where he's had to kick out a pad save and potentially be out of position for the rebound, but he's able to get himself back into spot and make all the saves that's been called of him so far today.
He has looked very good for sure in net for the Powassan Voodoos. It's kind of a three-headed beast in net between Daniel DeRoccolo, Miles Gordon, and Tyson Wilcox so far this season. Iroquois Falls with possession in their own zone. Puck comes out front. Good chance here by Lemke. I don't know if Haylock got a piece of that. If he did, that would have been a remarkable save. But the puck comes out into the neutral zone again as the Voodoos are buzzing quickly off the faceoff. McCarthy through the neutral zone, goes for a skate. That's around his guy, takes another shot, blocked aside by Haylock. It's back to the point for Lemke. Lemke twisting and turning, tries to get it into the zone. He does get a piece of it. However, it is out through the neutral zone. Bluin gets it in. Wilcox stopping it up for McClellan. McClellan to McCarthy. Now McEwen up for Lemke. Smetham, although it was deemed offside. Well, the Voodoos certainly like their max and their mix as we got McMillan, McEwen, McClellan. We have McElhaney, who's currently injured. We had McLean earlier this season. Gets to be a bit of a tongue twister.
It's all about the mix and the max.
Yeah. It's a bit of a tongue twister indeed, although we've heard news that Dylan McElhaney is now out as he is added to the infirmary with an upper body injury. Tucker Shields, Justin Russo, and Alex Little also all remain out due to injuries. From what I've heard about McElhaney, we probably won't see him back until the new year.
That's always unfortunate to hear.
Yes, hopefully it's sooner than that. As a puck in for Dubroy, couldn't get a shot away. McElhaney has looked excellent so far in Voodoos Green. He's played 3 games, or parts of, as he was injured last game. Puck out front, another chance, turned aside by Haylock. 1 point in those games, but he really took over against Espanola, and he looked dangerous all last night as well. One of the only Voodoos to look dangerous the whole time he was on the ice, actually, in the 3-1 loss. And he's out of commission now for a little while. Down the ice to Cho. Cho with a nifty little move, gets around Ricci. Now a puck out front. Good shot there on the one-time effort, but another save by Wilcox. Make that 2 in a row by the netminder. Puck behind the Voodoos net. Rotundo picks it back up. Rotundo in with his own zone with some possession. Tries to stick handle his way out of trouble. And now the puck knocked off his stick. And another chance here for the Storm as the pass goes back to the blue line. And it's not kept, so Hindeman rather, flips it right back in. Wilcox with the knob of his stick turned that one aside. Once again, down the ice. Flipped right back into Voodoos territory, though. Iroquois Falls gaining some pressure here. Case to the far side. Dawson was in chase of it. And now it's back into the Voodoos zone once again. Battling for it to the point. Iroquois Falls with it. Near side, picked off by Ricci, but it's kept in. Now Corbett, sharp angle shot. It's in the corner. Corbett with some space, gets it to Hinman. Hinman, cross ice to Cassidy. Cassidy with the shot. Glove down by Wilcox. And the Voodoos will get a little reprieve here as Iroquois Falls is starting to put on their first real pressure of the game.
And jumping back to an earlier conversation that we had about the mix and the max that have all been looking good for the Voodoos this year, I want to make special note of the AP player that you mentioned, you and Matt noticed looked very good for them last night. I don't know where he's an affiliate player from.
Junior C. I can't remember the exact team as of right now, but he's from Junior C.
He's looking great out there this year.
Yeah, he's out there right now as he battles for possession. The puck does come out into the neutral zone. And it's sent right back in. Wilcox blocks it aside. McEwen battling for it again in the corner for McMillan. McMillan knocked off the puck. And Iroquois Falls again, keeping the puck in. Now the puck is out for Smith. Smith trying to turn on the Jets, overskated the puck in the neutral zone. Thompson gets to it and flips it into Iroquois Falls territory. The Storm definitely waking up here. Flips the puck down the ice. Wilcox had to touch it, so no icing there. He'll just cover it up with 2:39 left in this first period. And now we've seen Iroquois Falls pull away a little bit on the shot total, 19-14.
And just to finish up that conversation we had, Amherstville Jets.
There we go.
Cole McEwen is
there we go.
Being lent to the Voodoos from.
So he plays for the Jets, and now he's with the Voodoos.
Yep. Loves them planes.
Loves aviation, apparently, yeah. Iroquois Falls off the draw. Gets a shot away. Wilcox kicks it aside. Smetham tried to get to it, but it was kept in by Benedetti. And the puck goes around the far side. McKnight shovels it right back in. Lemke near side looking for Rotundo, but it's kept in once again by Benedetti. And now Lemke with possession tries to flip the puck down. Smetham was cheating a little, was behind the defense, so the pass was looking for him. But now for the last 2 minutes has been all action in the Voodoo zone. Iroquois Falls with possession. Loses it to Lemke. Lemke, cross ice looking for McCarthy. McCarthy gets to it in the Iroquois Falls zone. Smetham was looking for the nifty pass back to Lemke, but Lemke had already vacated that spot, so he had to stop up and couldn't get a shot away. And Iroquois Falls just flips the puck right into Voodoo's territory, and no icing on that one. Play on. Sturge on the far side. Minute and 30 seconds now left on the clock here in this first period. Far side corner, Sturge gets it to Rotundo. Rotundo flips it around back for Turner. Turner flips it out of the zone. Patrick gets to it, but it's quickly knocked off his stick. Cho in the neutral zone flips it in. That was going to be a delayed offside, but Iroquois Falls gets out of the zone. Sturge near side now for Case. Case flips it around. Now he leaves it for Patrick. Patrick out for Ricci. Couldn't find him, but it gets to Dubroy. Dubroy tried to get it past the linesman, but his skates interfered. Now another chance as Ricci tries to walk in. Loses it to Hinman. We're into the final minute now here of this first period. The Voodoos are up 2-0. And they flip the puck right back into Iroquois Falls territory. Near side, Turner runs into the referee. So he has the puck knocked off his stick. And once again, down the ice for Patrick. Patrick flips it out of the Voodoo zone and is flipped right back in. Ricci kicks it over for Case. 30 seconds left on the clock. Back for Ricci. Now a battle on the near side wall. Possession back to the point for Rabideau. Shot in. Didn't get to Wilcox. As once again is flipped back in on Wilcox, but it's blocked again by Case. Case Down the ice. It goes past the defender for the Storm. That's Dawson now with possession. Dawson walks in, takes a shot. Haylock with the save. And the pucks just find that Caleb Dawson out there with a good shot.
That's what I hear. The pucks just find him. But he had Haylock a little bit handcuffed there with that shot, and I thought maybe we were getting another good rebound goal off that one.
Well, they were certainly going for the rebound for sure, and they were right there. But now with 3 seconds left, the face-off is just tied up, and that'll do that here for the first 40 minutes, or 20 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm getting way ahead of myself after doing a game last night here in the Powassan Sportsplex. Again, a 3-1 loss at the hands of the Hearst Lumberjacks, but 2-0 Voodoos lead after 20 minutes of play here. Ben, before we go to break, the final thoughts in that first period.
Wilcox is looking great. McEwen's looking great. A lot of these guys that we're not seeing a lot of play this year are, showing up and making a case for themselves to stay on the team.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens moving forward. After this, we will have our co-op student, Cassie Millen, will be on the air once again. She was on air last week with the Espanola Paper Cakes game. She'll be around for the second period, hanging out with us here on the front line. Once again, I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Ben Long, and we'll be back on the other side of this intermission.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Barry!
Huh?
I told you not to be scaring the customers.
Hey, Barry, come on in for a bite. And bring Brianna with you.
For only 2 minutes up the hill, where you're only a stranger once.
Ready to embark on an electrifying adventure? Look no further than the Mitsubishi Outlander, available in gas or PHEV, the SUV that redefines excellence. Recently awarded the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2023 by AJAC. This bold and sophisticated SUV delivers advanced performance, safety, and tech, plus peace of mind with its standard super all-wheel control and the best warranty in the business. With red-hot deals and plenty in stock, your award-winning drive starts with the Mitsubishi Outlander.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 2 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Iroquois Falls Storm. I'm Courtney Kenny, and for this period we are joined by our co-op student, Cassie Millen. Welcome back to the show, Cassie.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's pretty exciting to have you back here in Po Town, as they like to call it. Or as I've heard Josh Dale, the assistant coach, say, no better night than a Saturday night in P-Town. So here we are, Saturday night on the docket. The Voodoos are up 2-0, Cassie, over Iroquois Falls after taking in the first period. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
I mean, the Powassan Voodoos are doing really well. They've been able to keep it in, like, Iroquois, oh my gosh. Iroquois, oh my, I can't speak today.
It happens to the best of us, no worries. As we are underway here at the Sportsplex, the Voodoos have the puck quickly down into the Storm zone. And in this period, the Storm in their white jerseys will be going right to left. The Voodoos in their home greens will be going left to right as Wraith Smith is in against Hinman. Smith comes away with it. The Storm did hem the Voodoos in for the final 4 minutes of that period into the Voodoos zone, so we'll have to see what kind of response the Voodoos have after an intermission. And quickly the puck comes in on Wilcox, who makes the save. Cassie, as a player, when you start getting hemmed in shift after shift by a team, what's going through your mind? How do you try to turn the tide on that?
We changed plays a little bit, and we just think about, how angry it makes us when we're, like, hemmed in, and just, we push harder against them.
Well, we'll have to see if the Voodoos employ some of those tactics here, as, again, they were hemmed in their zone for the past 4 minutes of that first period, although they came away with a 2-0 lead. The shots on goal are 20-15 in favor of Iroquois Falls Storm. McKnight with the puck in his own zone, flips it down the ice. That should go for icing, as indeed it does. So the Voodoos will get an offensive zone draw here. This is the first time that the Voodoos play the Storm here, or the first time that the Storm jersey has appeared on Voodoos home ice at the Powassan Sportsplex. As the Voodoos played the Storm earlier at the Just Jordan Arena in Iroquois Falls, they won 9-2 with battalion netminder Michael McIver in net for that game. But this is the first time that the team has made the trip to Powassan since they moved to Iroquois Falls in the offseason after being the Cochrane Crunch. And also having some success in Cochrane for a few years, winning a league championship about 6 years ago. Puck in the Voodoos zone once again. Battling for possession is the Voodoos. They flip it around. That was Rotundo. Got it to Smetham on the far side. Smetham now going for a skate. Comes out of his zone, flips it up the ice. McCarthy with some room. McCarthy walking in. Tried to move to the front of the net. That one was turned aside by netminder Haylock. And there was never really a shot attempt on net. Lemke. Back to McClelland at the point. McClelland with a shot. And it's off the shin pads of McKnight. And all the way down into Voodoos territory for Wilcox. McEwen now with the puck. Flips it down the ice. Hits Smetham on the side of the leg. And Sherwin tried to flip it down the ice. But now Lemke got it into Storm territory. But Felix got to it, flipping it around for Hinman. Hinman with the puck. That was nearly picked off by Lemke, but it slid under his stick. And now the Voodoos tried to flip it out, couldn't get it quite out of the zone as Dubroy comes in for support as Crump flips it right back in. On the near side battle now, Cho comes away with it. Gets it back to the blue line, and now it's out with Cho with possession in the neutral zone. Cho gets it to McEwen. McEwen, far side for Turner. Turner flips it in, and Dubroy is going to chase after it with Cassidy hot on his heels. Coming in, Ricci keeps the puck in as the puck floated back to the blue line. Now Ricci going for a skate in the offensive zone. Ricci leaves it for Case. It's given up to Hinman, and now the puck down the ice, and that should have the legs. It does indeed as it hits up against the end wall against the Voodoos zone. So the Voodoos now with some offensive zone time here off the draw with 17:22 left in the second period, and a little bit of back and forth action so far this period, Cassie, through almost 3 minutes. So what's your observations so far?
I mean, there's been some nice passes compared to obviously last night, and Iroquois just, they're trying to gain back some of the ice time that they obviously were not here in the mine for last period, so.
Good observations indeed. As a good shot there by the Voodoos just goes wide and down right back into Powassan territory. People are having some issues here in Powassan going up and down the stands apparently, as you would have heard while Cassie was talking as well. Rotundo with the puck behind his own net. Goes cross ice. There's a broken stick in the neutral zone. Dawson got it at the red line, flips it down the ice. Beatty tries to come away with it. Smetham chasing after it. Iroquois Falls with possession again to McKnight. McKnight down the ice for Bluin. Bluin flips it in. Sturge has possession in his own zone, flips it around behind his net. However, that'll be right back into the hands of Iroquois Falls. With possession now in the Voodoos zone. That's Jugnoth. Got it to the point. Kicked out by Sturge. And now Sturge up for McMillan. McMillan into Iroquois Falls territory. The puck rolls in, though, on Haylock, and we'll get a stoppage here with 15:55 left in the second period. So the game's kind of ground to a bit of a halt. Broken sticks on the ice, and Cassie, I'm sure you can tell me it's never a good sign when your sticks on the ice. That's some big money right there.
Yeah, for sure. Sticks are a lot of money. It's sad breaking a stick.
Yeah. When I played hockey, they were $30, and it was just all wood. So, because I'm old. I have back pain when I wake up. If you played with a wooden stick, a Smith with a shot, it's turned aside. If you played with a wooden stick growing up, you now have back pain when you wake up in the morning. McClellan flips it down the ice. Cassidy gets to it, but now it's McMillan. Had the puck knocked off his stick. Cassidy going the other way. Cassidy walks in, takes a shot, kicked aside by Wilcox, as Wilcox has looked very solid in this game so far. Puck far side, turned aside though by Wilcox again, and now Thompson gets it to McMillan. McMillan with Smith, takes the shot, and that one didn't even look like there was netting above the net on that one, even though there is, as it just went right through and hit the wall, and the puck came out of play. Wow, that was a hard shot there by McMillan. Again, there is netting up there. There's netting everywhere except for where the benches are in this arena, and just went right through and hit the wall, and adds another bit of history to this building with another puck mark against the wall. Our other color commentator tonight, Ben Long, has, I'm sure, left his mark in many places in this arena. He can't hit the net. That's why he plays goalie now. He can't stop the puck either.
Poor Ben.
Not as good as Ben Sargent, though. Apparently he's an all-star defenseman.
I still want to go against him.
I think you could take him. I really do.
I think he's just scared.
I think so, too. He's been called out now on the broadcast. He's been called out on the podcast. It's got to happen. We'll make it happen. I don't know what kind of things we'd have for a defense off, but Lemke in with a sharp angle shot, missed the net, comes out to the point. McCarthy keeps it in. McCarthy walks around his man, gets it in for Lemke. Lemke out front, another chance by McCarthy. Secondary chance, turned aside by Haylock, who got a couple of nice looks at that one. The Voodoos pressuring now. Back in for Lemke. Lemke threw it right back for Smetham, but he wasn't ready for it, and now going the other way is McKnight. McKnight Dancing around a couple of Voodoos, takes a shot, he scores! Iroquois Falls cutting into the lead here as Justin McKnight with his 5th of the season on an absolute laser. Might have hit Wilcox's glove, but what a shot by McKnight. Wow, what do you think of that one, Cassie?
It didn't even look like it went in at first. Like it was so fast and it came right back out.
Yeah, high up on the net. One of those tricky ones if you're a referee, but the netting did move. So now the Voodoos, who had a 2-0 lead and looked like they were going to skate away to an easy game early in this one, now have some work on their hands. It's a 2-1 lead. And the margin for error gets a little bit tighter here on a great goal by Justin McKnight. Maybe I sung his praises too much at the NOJHL showcase there in the first period, as he made an absolute goal scorer's goal on that one. You would never guess he's a defenseman with that kind of shot. Battle behind the Voodoos, or behind the Storm net, and now on the far side corner. Voodoos come away with it, flip it around to the near side. Coming out though is Peaver. Back to his teammate, and now Sturge got to it, but coming away with it is Iroquois Falls. Battling for it on the far side. The Storm come away with it. Puck back out into the middle of the ice. Voodoos do chip it down the ice. And now it's Hindeman with it. Hindeman got it not through neutral zone though as Patrick got to it. Had to stop up as there was a Voodoos player well deep in Iroquois Falls Storm territory. Leach coming in on a 2-on-1 chance. The pass hit a stick of McClelland, and it flew over and wasn't able to get a clean pass to the Storm player. Puck down the ice, was looking for Turner. Dubroy got to it. However, he lost possession. Now Crump going the other way. Turner with the loose puck to McEwen to McClelland. McClelland with a shot from the neutral zone, and Haylock's just going to grab that one with the glove and slow things down here. 12:54. So that goal, Cassie, off the stick of McKnight definitely changes the complexion of this one a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
12:54 left here in the second period, 2-1 lead. Shots on goal 23-18 in favor of Powassan. Puck won, but kicked in by McClelland as Dawson trying to get to it, but it's going to get to Rabideau. Rabideau twisting and turning, flips it around behind his net. Owen Smetham gets to it. However, Crump comes away with it. Over cross ice to Cho. Runs into McEwen, and the puck is flipped into Voodoos territory. Flipped around far side for Beatty. Beatty couldn't get it out as Cho got the loose puck. And now Morin gets to it before McClelland picks up the loose puck behind his own net. Dawson battling for it on the near side. Flipping it out to Smetham. Smetham for McClelland. McClelland down the ice to an open Beatty. Beatty walking in with a shot. Big save there by Haylock on something you don't see very often anymore in this game. A big slap shot, unless you're, of course, Ty Nelson of the North Bay Battalion. But what a chance there for Beatty just walking in. Wired that one. And a great save by Haylock. Goaltender came into this one 1-3 in 6 games. 339 goals against average and an 899 save percentage. And he's looked solid all game long, making 17 saves so far. Puck won so well by the Voodoos is out of the zone. And is flipped right back in by Powassan, who had to regroup on the delayed offside. Jugnoth now gains the red line, flips it in on Voodoos territory. Far side, Hindman battling for it with Ricci. And now flipped down the ice by the Voodoos, Thompson. McMillan beats out the icing, brings it around behind the net. Looking out for some options as Ricci's knocked down from behind. No call coming on that one. Puck flipped out, nearly knocked in the net, but it stays out. Thompson out front. Good chance there by Smith. And that point-blank attempt was stopped by Haylock. 11:15 up the ice. 11:15 left in this period, rather. And the Storm gets to Voodoos territory. It's flipped back out for Case. Case gets it all the way down for McMillan. As McMillan walks the line looking for some options, gives it to Smith, who tried to find his man, Lemke, but he was knocked off the puck at first. Lemke now Going for a skate. Gets it out front. Had Smetham coming in. And now it's right back down into Voodoo's territory. Powassan up to McCarthy. McCarthy for Smetham. Hits off his skate. Now McCarthy twisting and turning, tries to get around Felix. He's knocked off his feet. And McKnight, the goal scorer, throws it back around behind the net to Smetham. Smetham leaves it behind the net. McKnight picks it up. Now it's up for Lemke. Lemke into the corner, flips it around. Hart battling with Sturge on the far side. It's in for Lemke. Lemke tried to shovel it with his skate. Now he gets it back to the point. Smetham gets the shot away off the side of the net. Another chance from the side, nearly knocked in by the Voodoos. Sturge has now the puck bouncing there. And the Storm run back the other way with numbers. McKnight walking in again, takes another shot, kicked aside by Wilcox. And the rebound was in a juicy spot for Iroquois Falls, but it's still turned aside. Down the ice now the other way. That should go for icing, and indeed it does. 9:44 left in the second period. It's 2-1 Powassan leads. And Cassie, a little bit of action on both ends now. When you're a defenseman looking to kind of stop things down a little bit, I'm sure you don't like an open game like that, but what do you try to do when the game starts to open up like that back and forth?
You just gotta make sure you're keeping up with the play, honestly, because if you fall too far behind, then you're gonna mess things up for sure. And if you're too ahead of the play, then you're just gonna ruin the whole. Oh my gosh, this is like
the flow.
Yeah, the flow. We'll go with the flow.
Fair enough. I wouldn't know what to do once it got too open. As another chance off the side of the net. It's in the back of the net, and the Storm have erased a 2-0 lead or deficit and come back to tie it at 2 here. As that Sherwin with the goal, his 6th of the season, from a sharp angle beating Wilcox. And this game has completely turned on its head now, Cassie, as is a brand new game tied up at 2.
Yeah, the Powassan was leading, and now the Storm is just taking over already.
Yeah, the Voodoos not really getting many shots on net ever since about with 4 minutes to go in the first period. It's all been Iroquois Falls. 25-20 now. The shots on goal in favor of Iroquois Falls. As now we'll have to see how Powassan responds. McEwen with the puck. Down the ice. Rabideau gets to it. Dawson with possession on the near side. Turns, takes a shot. That one's off a leg and wide. Smetham battling on the far side. Comes out. Beatty gets to it. In for Dawson. Dawson walks in, hits the crossbar. Oh, Caleb Dawson with a grade A chance. The best the Voodoos have had in a while. And it was off the crossbar. Smetham walking into the slot. Takes the shot. McClellan with another chance. That one's turned aside by the netminder Haylock. And now Owen Smetham with the puck once again as the Voodoos putting on some pressure here. Back out front. Beatty's pass missed Dawson. And it goes all the way down the ice. Has a good response there by the Voodoos after allowing the goal. Their fourth line comes out and hems Iroquois Falls in their own zone. Puck down the ice. That will go for icing with 8:17 here left in the second period. How did you like Powassan's response after allowing that goal, just hemming in Iroquois Falls?
I mean, it was pretty good. They definitely did what they needed to do, and they hemmed them in and not let them near their zone, which was definitely what was needed. And they were communicating a little bit more, I noticed. They weren't communicating a lot when Iroquois got the first 2 goals, but now they're communicating a little bit better and paying attention to where they're passing.
Another chance out front, well wide of the net. That was Jugnoth with the shot attempt. And now a check from behind on Patrick is no call there as the puck comes out, and Dubroy battling to get. He would have had a 2-on-0 if he would have been able to get the inside edge. Dubroy, sharp angle chance. Haylock with the save as the Voodoos really pushing back here now after the game tied up at 2. And we'll have to find out what more happens here in the second period as we've reached our mid-period break. So we'll be back on the other side of this. Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Cassie Millen, and we'll be back after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Cassie Millen. And, of course, Ben Long, who was our color commentator in the first period and will be again in the third. And Mike Brown, our camera operator for those on Flow Hockey. And Harrison Clements getting all the social media content you could ever want on the Frontline podcast as well. And now they're just playing Ben Long's favorite song here, Sweet Caroline. He loves it. And by loves it, I mean absolutely can't stand it. Can you believe that someone would not like Sweet Caroline, Cassie?
I couldn't believe it.
Isn't it? It's absolutely unbelievable. And I like to make fun of Ben Long more than the other guy, but that's just sad. Even the fans here are kind of giving it to you by singing that. Jeez. We're back underway here. Ricci with the shot. It's blocked. And now Leach has a chance with Case, but Case turning on the Jets negates that chance as the puck goes to Crump. Battling in around behind the net, Ricci. Ricci down the ice for McMillan. McMillan walking in, couldn't get the puck around his man, so now it's to Smith. Smith to Felix. McMillan battling for it. Out front, Smith was looking for a chance, tried to shovel it out front. Now it's back for Thompson to Case. Case, near side for Thompson. Thompson walks around behind the net with the puck. Got it to McMillan, but it bounced off his glove, and now McMillan on the ice. Thompson battling for possession along with McMillan. He pokes it free. Tried to get the puck out front for Smith, and that was negated by Iroquois Falls Storm. Hinman with the shot. Glove down by Wilcox. Another save here for the netminder, as he's made quite a bit in this one, although we are tied at 2 apiece with 6:50 left in the second period. When this period started, the Voodoos had a 2-0 lead on the Storm. Good shot by McKnight, and another chance by Sherwin negated those, though. And now we find ourselves in a tied game. Offensive zone draw for the Storm. McKnight with a shot kicked aside by Wilcox, as Hart tried to get a piece on that as well. Puck flipped around. Sturge gets to it. Battling for it is Smetham. Another chance, battling for possession. Rabideau with the shot. Another chance. And the pass was miscommunicated there by the Storm, and the puck is all the way down into Storm territory for Rabideau. Rabideau up for Bluen. He takes a hit. And now Lemke tried to find Rotundo, and the puck just sitting in Storm territory as McKnight gets to it. McKnight slowly from his own zone gets the puck down the ice. No icing on that one as it hit a man. McCarthy twisting and turning in his own zone. Looks up ice to no one in particular, as it's just given to Cassidy. Cassidy with possession as the Voodoos get a quick change in as well. As Cassidy with some speed into Voodoos territory. Try to get a shot away, fanned on that. Now McClellan gets to it. A Storm player shaken up in the Voodoos zone. Have to keep an eye on that as he goes for a change. Beatty now takes a shot, rebound. Dawson was right there on the doorstep, but the rebound bounced away and all the way down to Powassan territory. Lemke for Beatty. Beatty cross ice now for Dawson. Dawson tries to walk in. His puck just rolled off his stick. And now Iroquois Falls has possession once again. Puck behind the net. Jugnoth with it. Jugnoth comes out from behind his net, gets it to Cassidy. Back for Jugnoth. Jugnoth gains the red line and flips the puck in, so no icing. Now McEwen has it. McEwen off the glass and down the ice, as both teams just seem to want to dump the puck here for the last few seconds. McKnight from the far side to the near side for Felix, playing pitch and catch now behind the net, as McKnight gets around Owen Smetham and goes for a skate. McKnight gaining the Voodoos zone, tried to get a shot away, but he flipped it back to the blue line instead. Now Owen Smetham knocked to his knees, gets the puck to Corbett. Corbett lost it to Beatty. McEwen to it. McEwen looking for Dubroy, as that'll go for icing. McKnight and Dubroy were neck and neck on that one, but the linesman decided it'll be an icing call against the Voodoos, so an offensive zone draw here with a 2-2 between the Voodoos and the Storm with 4:22 left in the second period. shots on goal, 26-22 in favor of Iroquois Falls so far in this one. Voodoos winning the draw. Beatty going for a skate. Gains the red line, flips it in. Puck bounces out, and Haylock just going to jump on that. And he's going to cover it up. In the league that you play in, Cassie, are you allowed to do a line change on an icing, or is it like the NHL and stuff like here where you can't change?
We can change.
You can?
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world kind of thing?
No.
I just wouldn't, well, I would just hate being out there tired and they bring out their best players or something. It's just, especially me, I'd just be like, nah, you know what, you can have the goal.
Oh.
Case.
What a nice play.
Very nice indeed. Out front, Turner with a shot. That one's tipped in front by Dubroy, and Haylock almost misplayed that. Case keeps it in, gets a shot. A good tip there by Patrick, but the puck just went wide. Now Ricci with the shot, near side. Patrick flipping it around. Turner goes behind the net, comes around for Ricci. Ricci battling for it with Hinman. Ricci keeps on to the puck. Back to the point for Case, back for Ricci. Ricci flips it on net. Haylock with the save, and the puck just sat there for a second, but Mooring gets the puck out, and Crump gets it into the Voodoo zone. Iroquois Falls Storm with the too many men on the ice. No call coming on that one, as they were in the midst of a line change when the puck hit a skate and just sat there for a Storms player to play it. Back down, Rotundo flipped the puck in, and now Smith will have to chase after it. Battle for possession in Voodoo's territory. A good stick there. Knocked the puck off of the stick of the Storm, and now it's flipped right back in by Iroquois Falls. Sturge, or McClellan flipping it in. No, that is Sturge. Out front was looking for Smith. Puck was in a skate, and now it's near side. McMillan battling for possession, and it comes away for McKnight. McKnight with a nice little touch pass. It's up for Leach. 2-on-1 here for the Storm. Leach with a pass out front. Good play by Rotundo to stop that chance. Now McMillan gets it on the other hand, or going the other way. McMillan with his neck guard draped over his shoulder. Looks like he's hobbled by something as well. But the Storm come away with it. Storm in the Voodoo zone, gets it back to Hinman at the point. Puck back in by the Voodoos, trying to get it out, but a good defensive play by Hinman knocks it away. Sturge flipping it back in. And now it's right back in for the Storm. Peaver for Jugnoth. Jugnoth goes for a skate behind the net. Back to the point for Hinman, kicked away by Wilcox. McMillan with the puck. He does have a chance here. McMillan down the ice. Walks in, takes the shot. Haylock with the save with 1:40 left. Smetham walks in, leaves it for McClellan. McClellan shoveled it back in for Reese Smetham. Smetham behind the net. Walks around. Tries to buy himself time as the puck is stuck in the skates of a referee. Now it's back for McClellan, but he has to battle with Jugnoth. McCarthy coming away with it. Tries to keep it in. They do deem it as offside, so McCarthy has to give up the line. McCarthy flips it right back down. And now the puck comes back into Voodoo's territory. Voodoos try to clear the puck out. But a stick there by Sherwin as the team was delayed offside. Hit that, so we'll get another stoppage here with 1:07 left in the second period. Voodoo's getting a little bit more chances here, Cassie, so they got to be doing something right.
Yeah, they're definitely putting more pressure on, so hopefully they'll get a goal soon.
Patrick in for the draw. And we'll have to redo it here. Patrick once again on the near side. It's one back to Case. Case with a shot that hit his teammate Dubroy in the slot there as the puck is going to come back to the point. Flipped back in on net. Another chance. Turned aside by the Storm as we're into the final minute now. Puck batted back for Patrick. Takes another shot. Haylock had to flip that one into the corner. Dubroy back to the point again. Another chance flipped in by Ricci. And now the puck is bouncing everywhere on the far side. Iroquois Falls with maybe one last chance here in this period to Leach. Leach takes the shot. Wilcox Gloves that one down, and we'll get a stoppage here. Haven't seen him out on the ice, but the Storm, our former Voodoos forward Andrew Scott is a member of the team. Haven't seen him out on the ice, but the California product was sent to the Storm in October just before the showcase for a development fee. Andrew Scott was also part of the Voodoos to start that last season, and he was traded to the Cochrane Crunch, who then, of course, became the Iroquois Falls Storm. Final seconds of the period here. As Reese Smetham gets the puck up, was trying to get it to McCarthy. It would have been a nice little give and go, and they would have had numbers. Out front looking for McCarthy. Smetham couldn't get the pass off, as now Bluin gets the puck in the neutral zone. Back for Lemke. Lemke tried to flip the puck back out, and it's the case. Puck up against the boards. Final seconds tick away, and that'll do it here. After 40 minutes of play, we're all knotted up at 2 apiece, and the referees have to get in there to separate the two combatants. So, Cassie, before we go to break, we'll get your thoughts on the overall second period here at the Powassan Sportsplex.
It was really good, but Powassan definitely needs to communicate a little bit better and put a little bit more pressure. I mean, both teams need to do more pressure, but definitely more communication and looking where you're passing, and I think they'd get a goal if they focused on that a little bit more.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The Voodoos find themselves now in a dogfight here in the final 20 minutes coming up after this intermission. Want to thank Cassie Millen for being our color analyst for this period. Mike Brown, also the camera operator for Flow Hockey, and Ben Long operating the computer, who we'll hear more of, regrettably, on the other side of this intermission. I'm Courtney Kenny, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this intermission.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day. Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we get set for the third period here between the Powassan Voodoos and the Iroquois Falls Storm. And, well, Courtney Kenny rejoined once again by Ben Long on color commentary. And, Ben, well, it was 2-0 when he left, and now it's 2-2.
You know, they say, to be completely cliche, 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. In that period, we saw exactly the proof of that being true. The other thing we saw in that period was some very stout hockey commentary on your part about my own personal hockey playing skills. I think that was about dead on of my abilities. I commonly tell people, I have one weakness, playing goalie, and that's shots on net.
That's good. That's actually really good. Well, McKnight, though, I do have to say, his goal and then Sherwin in that second period, but McKnight's goal was a goal scorer's goal. Wow, what a shot.
That was so nice, and I couldn't tell if it was tipped on its way in or if it deflected off the glove, but it looked like it moved a little on its trajectory. But that was such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, just want to make sure I'm getting his name right here. Yes, Justin McKnight. You would think I would remember that, but apparently not. Anyways, getting his 5th of the season and a really good goal altogether for a defenseman. I mean, we've been spoiled the past few years with the North Bay Battalion with Ty Nelson just getting amazing goals, and Alex Little here with the Voodoos getting amazing goals. When it comes by a defenseman, we shouldn't be amazed, but again, that's just how nice of the goal that McKnight goal was.
We really don't see a whole lot of offense. I mean, more and more the game is changing to see more offense generated by defensemen, but it's still not every day, especially to see such a, as you called it, a goal scorer's goal. You don't see those all the time out of defensemen. And, man, I'm running out of adjectives and descriptors for it, but it really was just such a beautiful shot.
A really beautiful shot indeed by the goaltenders. The referees come back out on the ice, which means that we'll soon see the green jerseys of the Voodoos coming out on the ice as well.
And we'll see if they can turn, with me back on the headset here, we'll see if they can have their fortunes turn around here. Personally, I blame Cassie for losing. She was out of earshot, so she couldn't hear that, unfortunately.
Cassie Millen, our wonderful co-op student. I mean, the record is 2-1 with her in the building, though. They did lose last night, but they're 2-1 with Cassie in the building.
Yeah.
And that period on her color commentary, they've allowed 2 goals against. So if the Voodoos do lose, we will be telling General Manager Chris Dawson, Cassie Millen had something to do with it.
Yeah, they were winning when I left the microphone. Cassie takes over, and all of a sudden it's a tie game.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy, I tell you.
Yeah, because what we do on the microphone directly affects the outcome.
Hey, Tucker Shields and Ben Sargent, there's something to that.
I do blame Ben Sargent for that.
Exactly. Right, so Tucker Shields currently out with an injury. Hopefully we'll get to see him back in action sooner rather than later as we get set for the opening draw here of this third period. The Storm in their road whites are going left to right for this third frame, and the Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left, and the puck is quickly down in the Iroquois Falls zone. as the puck is knocked all the way down the ice, and that'll likely, or not, rather, as the puck bounced out for Wilcox to play. I was going to say go for icing, but it is out. The Voodoos right back down the ice. McCarthy, one of the goal scorers, along with Reese Smetham. And McCarthy picks it up behind the net. McCarthy flips it around from where he got the puck. And the puck now battling for it. Comes out. Cassidy chips it out. Smith gets to it. Smith goes cross ice for Sturge. Sturge in deep, but Hinman gets to it. Battling for possession. The Storm just flip it right back around the ice and send it down. Good stop there by McMillan. Now Thompson with it. Thompson in for Smith. Smith walking in, takes a shot, missed the net. As Smith had a good look, a clean look at Haylock, the netminder for the Storm. Pass out of the zone is off the skate of Smith. He kicks it out of play, or more or less it deflected off his skate and went well out of play.
That is never a comfortable feeling as a player to have a puck go off your foot like that,
yeah.
Especially off the top there. There's not a whole lot of protection there. I'm surprised we don't see more players wearing full-on skate guards.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the puck hits your foot the wrong way, and that's a broken foot. That takes you out of the season for a while.
Yeah, the Voodoos already having their issues with injuries as well. And to lose a player as electric as Wraith Smith would not be a good thing right now for this team. Thankfully, he's okay. Puck near side for Iroquois Falls. And is flipped out of the zone. Dubroy gets it right back in. The former Nickel Capital rubbed off the puck. Now it's batted down in Iroquois Falls territory, but the puck's bouncing everywhere as the Voodoos just try to get it to settle down. And that will go for a hand pass call. So we'll get another stoppage here with 18-17 left in the third period.
And as we've seen, Dubroy's looked great out there today. The speed that kid has on skates is just incredible to me. Like, he really can move, and he hasn't had necessarily the numbers to back up how he's looked on the points totals, but I think as his career develops over the next couple of years, we're going to see a lot more point production out of him.
Yeah, it was always noticeable on a kind of lackluster U18 Nickel Capital team last year in Sudbury in the Great North U18 League. But he was noticeable. One of the first signees of the Voodoos this offseason as well, from Sudbury, of course. More than happy to make the move 100 and some kilometers to the east.
As all reasonable people would.
We kid. Sudbury's a great place.
You know my feelings about Sudbury, and we'll leave it at that.
Hey, Harrison quite enjoyed the Sudbury Community Arena when he went there for the first time, yeah. And I told him what your feelings were of that arena.
I make them known to anyone around.
Puck knocked back in, or tried to be knocked back in by Ricci. And now he does get it. He flips it in. Haylock gloves it down and plays the puck back out to the blue line. Now the puck knocked right back in to Storm territory as Cassidy picks it up behind his net with Smetham in for pressure. Puck knocked out front of Haylock's net, but the Storm continue with possession. Lemke up for Smetham. Leaves it for Sturge. Sturge gets it up for McCarthy. Left for Sturge. Sturge had the puck roll off his stick. And now Rotundo tripped up. Puck down on the ice. Still in the zone, though, as Smetham gets to it. Smetham out front. His pass couldn't find his target. Now Hindeman going the other way. Takes a shot well over the net and out of play at the Zamboni entrance. So that'll be a puck for a souvenir for a fan.
And another one of those marks, of which I have contributed a few inside this building in my minor hockey days.
See, I wasn't wrong.
You were not.
That's okay. I'm sure I have a couple of marks here, too, from when we used to come down and practice. Because even to this day, as the puck in on Wilcox, shot on net, big save by the goaltender there as the Storm player came in almost uncontested. But yeah, even that's the funny thing is people sitting around, you know, they talk about the community center that they want to build in North Bay, and I don't think it's in the right spot where they're doing it. I don't really like the design, but they do need one.
Yeah.
And because even when I played hockey, man, last year I played competitive hockey was 2005, and when I played, ice time was a pain in the city. And that's talking about a decent West Ferris Community Center. Pete Pelangio still going well. Memorial Gardens. We'd have to come out to Powassan. We had to come out to Astorville a few times. We played in Trout Creek a couple of times.
Yeah, Trout Creek regularly has teams down from North Bay practicing.
Mattawa's barn is really cold, though.
It's worse than Trout Creek, in my opinion.
Foot race now for Smith. Down the ice. Smith with a chance. Walks in. He toe dragged around himself and couldn't hold on to the puck. Puck flipped right back in. Jugnoth with it. A sharp angle shot tipped to the side. And now it goes back around behind the net. Jugnoth battling for it as he just tries to get it up against the boards. Seconds ticking by here. The puck comes out for Thompson. Thompson stops up, goes down the ice trying to find his man, McMillan. As now McMillan had to sideswipe a man, or step. I'm trying to talk. Words are very hard today.
English.
Let's do that hockey. Wilcox with a toe save as the puck goes down the ice looking for Smith again. And it just didn't roll past Cassidy. Cassidy going for a skate now out of his zone. Walks in. Back to the point. Back for Cassidy. Cassidy around the net. Flips it right back around behind the net. And now Dubroy picks it up in his own zone. Flips the puck down to the blue line, but not out as Powassan regains possession. Dubroy quickly into the offensive zone. Leaves it for Patrick. Now Sturge. Sturge, sharp angle. Looks behind the net. Back to Sturge. Sturge with the wraparound attempt, and the puck rolled off his stick and went through the blue paint. Now the puck down the ice for Bluin. Bluin with a shot kicked aside by Wilcox into the corner. McMillan flips it out. Was looking for Dubroy, but it passed him and goes to Felix. Now Hindman with it. Hindman gains or tried to get through the neutral zone, but the puck came off his stick. Now to Leach. Cho trying to walk into Voodoos territory. He lost the puck. And now the pass down the ice from Dawson was trying to find Turner, but Turner looked the other way, so he never saw it behind him. And now that's an icing call against the Voodoos. And on the topic of really cold arenas, because we've talked so many times about, the Sportsplex, how cold it gets here in January, and we were just talking about Mattawa being cold. What's the coldest arena you've ever been in? Because mine is very easy. It's Cobalt. And I don't even think Cobalt's arena's open anymore.
Yeah, there's a few of those northern ones that get real bad. Mattawa gets real bad. Trout Creek's not good in the middle of winter either. There was one I remember playing in as a kid, and I forget what town it was in. It might have been Espanola. It might have been somewhere up that way.
I remember playing in Warren, and Warren, I don't remember if it was cold, but I remember it being very dingy.
Yeah.
Verner's was where I scored my first ever goal ever.
Ooh.
And that arena was very bright inside and very modern, even though it's Verner. Puck flipped around, or flipped out front. Cho gets to it. Now Morin gets to it and gloves that one down. I remember being in Verner for a tournament. It was Verner and Warren had a tournament. Because obviously they're not that far from each other.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, when we played there, they had like a hockey card show or something in the front lobby. And I bought hockey cards, but I didn't know really what I was buying. And this was like 2002, 2003. And somehow I bought a rookie card of Nick Antropov, but it says rookie card. And so, I mean,
yeah.
I didn't know who he was at the time. I was like, oh, he has a Leafs jersey on. Sure, I'll buy that. And then his son played, Daniel Antropov, played for the Oshawa Generals a couple of times. First couple of seasons. Another shot wide of the net by the Storm. Hindman takes a shot. It's blocked aside by Wilcox. Leach battling for it. Puck does come out and is flipped down the ice. Cassidy going for a skate in his own zone. Puck bounced over Sherwin's stick, but he's still able to get the puck into Voodoos territory for Ricci. Ricci off the ice for Lemke. Lemke back for Ricci, another shot, glove save as that puck just got a piece of the glove and bounced right down on the ice. And Haylock, maybe a beneficiary of a little bit of puck luck there.
Yeah. Speaking of former players who are sons of former NHL stars, the Voodoos have had a few in the past, including a Mr. Gilmore's son.
Yep.
Mr. Yashmanav's son.
Yep.
They also currently have son of a former star goaltender of the United States college hockey system in Caleb Dawson.
Yeah. Star in his own mind, Ben. Star in his own mind.
Star in our hearts, too.
Yeah. Chris Dawson, local legend. I actually had the fortune of meeting Doug Gilmore, not when Tyson played here, though. It was when he was GM of the Kingston Frontenacs. Got to meet him briefly in North Bay. Got a picture taken with him. One of my favorite all-time Leafs. Smith with the puck, tries to gain the zone. Flips it around. McMillan gets to it. And now Smith and Jugnoth, the 225s on both teams, get mixed up at the blue line. They finally come apart, and now play continues. As Thompson tries to pick up the puck, he does. Gets it over for McMillan. McMillan for Thompson. Thompson tries to twist and get a shot away. Couldn't come away with it, though, and now the puck down the ice for McEwen to chase after. 8 minutes gone here in this third period. We're still knotted at 2. Puck almost came out front. McEwen with a good stick to knock that one aside. And now Cassidy flips the puck back down the ice before a good stick by Patrick knocks it off the Storm player's stick. But quickly, Iroquois Falls once again with possession. McEwen down the ice. Given away to Iroquois Falls. Rabideau flips it down the ice. Peaver gets a stick on that one and knocks it down. McEwen right back down the other way. Now Dubroy with some jets down the ice. Caden Dubroy with a shot. And that one just rode up and went over the net. We're going to have a delayed penalty here. Another chance, they score! Ryan Patrick on the one-timer. Oh my goodness, the Voodoos are up 3-2 on Patrick's 8th of the season.
Take that, Cassie.
Three to 2, the Voodoos lead. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Ryan Patrick. The big Pittsburgh Penguins fan with a big goal reminiscent of Evgeny Malkin. Oh my goodness. You'll also be pleased to know that the Pens are tied with the Leafs 2-2 right now. I'm not so pleased.
You're a little less pleased with that.
Yeah, because the Leafs were up 2-1. But I have Sidney Crosby on my fantasy league, so it's kind of like...
It's consolation prize.
Yeah, it's like, it's okay, I guess. And I also have Matthews as well, so it's kind of like, let's go. Lemke tries to get back into the zone. Puck flipped across ice. And Ryan McCarthy now is down the ice. Couldn't get a good swipe at it, though. Now as Lemke walks in, quickly over for McCarthy. McCarthy with a shot, fanned on that chance, as he had a wide open shot at the net on a decent pass by Lemke. McCarthy skating around the zone. The Voodoos buzzing now as they've got some life in them. Sturge takes another shot. That one went well wide of the net and is out to the neutral zone for Rotundo. Rotundo gets it back up for Sturge. Sturge flips it right back in, but McKnight gets to it. Sends it far side for Hinman. Hinman down the ice. That's going to hit a body, so no icing. And now on the near side wall. Battling for possession in the Voodoo zone. Bluin came out with it, but Beattie flipped it out of the zone. Right back in. As it's past Sturge. Leach battling for it now. Leach, good play there by Rotundo to block that pass from going cross ice. And now the Voodoos flip it right back down the zone, or the ice. And that should go for icing. Talking about, kids and former players, I talked about Nick Antropov earlier. One of the best days of my life was at a North Bay Battalion game in the season that they finished last place, so that's weird to say. But they had a Leafs night, so they brought a bunch of Leaf alumni up, and Carlton the Bear was there. And it just so happened Nick Antropov was there, and it was the Oshawa Generals, and his son Daniel Antropov was playing on the other team. And I happened to be down there between the benches. We're going to get a timeout here called for the Voodoos. But anyways, so they were down between the benches ready to go and do the ceremonial face-off. And I just happened to be lucky enough to be between the benches myself for my job at the time with SeaCats. So this actually would be the year before their last place season. And I got to kind of mingle a little bit with the Leafs alumni. They were all very nice to me. And I got to meet Nick Antropov, and I said, I hope you're cheering for the boys in green today and not the boys in red. I don't think he appreciated that comment too much, but I got to piss off Nick Antropov.
Yeah. I mean, you always got that going on, especially when you have generations where, for example, the battalion coach Scott Ray's sons have been playing. are at the age where they've had some games in the OHL against the battalion. And you
Yep.
always have some bittersweet feelings of either way that it goes. Either your son succeeds or you succeed. And,
Yep.
and you got, you always want your kids to do well, but you don't want to lose to them, that's for sure.
I was very fortunate to have that time to meet Shane Corson as well and Rick Vive. And I can't remember for the life of me any of the other alumni that were there, but there was a few of them. So those are definitely the standouts, the ones that I got to exchange some words with. Definitely a great day for a Leaf fan. And, of course, still waiting for the best day as a Leaf fan, but that probably won't come in my lifetime at this rate.
They have a window right now.
Yeah, they do, and they got to capitalize, but it's been too long. They're turning into the Sharks is what's happening here. Puck down the ice. McMillan gets to it, flips it off the glass and out of his zone. Now it's down for Smith. Smith, that will go off for offside with 9:06 left. So we've reached our midway break on the third period here. I'm Courtney Kenny, Ben Long, and we'll be back with more hockey on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And welcome back
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's.
And welcome back to tonight's broadcast for reals this time. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Long, Mike Brown, our camera operator for Flow Hockey, and Cassie Millen, who did commentary for the second period. I'm just saying, Cassie, it's 3-0 when Ben's doing color commentary, and it's 2-0. It's 2-0. Well, 2-0 for the Storm when you're doing color commentary. I know you don't have a mic to defend yourself right now, so I'll take it easy on you. But you know, when the numbers are black and white like that, I'm just saying. We're mean. 3-2 Voodoos lead with 9 minutes left here in this third period. Ray Smith gets the pass out front, but it couldn't find any Voodoo player. Now back on the other side for McMillan. McMillan on the near side flips it around behind the net for Smith. Smith tried to shovel it out front. Haylock got to the loose puck and jumped on that one. So we'll get a stoppage here. And a little bit of a mix-up, but we're good to go now. 32-29, also the shots on goal in favor of Iroquois Falls as of this point.
The shots on goal really doesn't seem overly indicative of the flow of the game, really. I would say I feel the Battalion have had the better of most of this game, but they're, in fact, behind in 3 shots.
The Battalion?
The Voodoos.
There we go. Remember, we're wanted by one.
The Voodoos do a great job of valuing us.
And they also do a great job, as we see here tonight, of putting butts in seats.
They do that as well.
Bluin with the puck. Out for Sherwin. Flipped in, Ricci chasing after it. And now the puck back out to the neutral zone for Bluin. Of course, keep an eye out for our North Bay Mitsubishi After Action Report when it comes to all things North Bay Battalion. Talking with the coach and some players after the game, but we won't have one this week. We won't have one again for a week and a half as the Battalion are on a bit of a road trip. Playing the Owen Sound Attack today. Actually, I haven't even kept up with the score of that one. Puck out front, Wilcox with the save. Battling on the the back of the net was Patrick. It comes away, the Storm with the puck now. Walking out, takes a shot. Wilcox with the glove save, and we'll get another stoppage of play there.
We have a mirroring of the score here for the Battalion game. They're up 3-2 against the Owen Sound heading into the third period.
Interesting. Let's see. Am I in trouble of paying out for some steak? Oh, they got 4 points now out of a possible 18 that ends with tonight's game, with Owen Van Steensel getting a goal. So I don't think I have to buy steak anytime soon. Another draw here as the puck went offside.
So what was the deal you'd made with if they had a collective?
So initially 9 points against Sudbury for Van Steensel, Romani, and Wakely, and I buy them all steak. They got to 7. 7 points combined. So I said, okay, well, I'd honor 6. They told me, no. The deal was for 9 as we get another chance here with Jugnoth. He's knocked off the puck. Now it's down for Smetham. So that was the initial deal. I'll explain more about the rest of the deal in a moment. Puck flipped down the ice, goes wide of the net. McEwen with the puck. 7 minutes here left in this third period. His pass picked off by the Storm. Walking in, takes a shot. Wilcox with a big save. Bailing out the affiliate player McEwen on that one. And so then I said, okay, well, 9 points against the Knights because I want to see you beat the Toronto Maple Leafs of junior hockey.
Yeah.
I got a response too from Wakely saying Ovi Van Steensel has proposed 18 points in 3 games. So I'm like, all right, so you want to double the points, but do it with 1 extra game. But I was like, yeah, sure, why not? They got 2 points against the Knights combined. And they got no points last night, and they got 1 point tonight. So that's 3 points.
They have a whole period left to go.
They do. To get 15 points. I mean, they put up 10 or 9 points themselves in 1 period. As the puck quickly down the ice for Turner. Puck out front. Maybe I'll make some deals with some Voodoos players.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not made out of money, but take you all for Blizzards or something. Although Blizzards are getting expensive now, too.
Take him for some wings down at the Wagon Wheel or something.
Yeah.
Take him out to Average Joe's, maybe.
Oh, there we go. I'm sure I could work out a deal there with somebody that works there.
Yeah. My staff party's at Average Joe's. I'm really looking forward to that.
That should be good. They're always a good time right on the shores of Trout Lake.
Yep. Great ownership team there.
Really puts a lot of value in the restaurant, getting butts and seats there as well.
Yep.
You see Ben Long coming, though. Go the other way. He's going to eat your kitchen clean. Puck down the ice. Ricci gets to it. 6 minutes left here in this third period. 3-2 Voodoos lead. Ricci up for Thompson. Thompson walks into the zone for Smith. Battling for possession. Smith comes away with it. Smith with Jugnoth all over him. Tries to get a shot away. Couldn't quite get one. Backhand chance. Kicked aside by Haylock. And the puck flipped down the ice by the Storm. 5.5 minutes left. We'll have to keep an eye on Haylock as the game gets to his final minutes here. Another chance tipped on net by McMillan. Good save there by Haylock. McMillan, far side. Flips the puck on net. Stick save there by Haylock. Knocks the puck up in the air. Another chance just floats over the net by Smith on the rebound. Battling on the near side. Puck nearly came out. Smith got to it. It's in the slot. He tries to shovel it on net, but Crump with a good stick knocked that one into the corner. The Storm flip it right back down the ice. McCarthy gets to it. Sturge flips the puck down the ice to Smith. Smith goes up past the red line. Gains the zone. He had Rotundo wide open, but his pass couldn't find number 17. Now Smith with it. Lost the handle on it. Puck comes to the point for Lemke. Keeps it in. Puck flipped back to Lemke from McCarthy. But now Leach takes a hit from Smetham. Leach looks a little bit banged up off that hit as his helmet's a little askew as he skates back to the bench. Now it's Case. Case gains the red line, flips it right back in. Smetham chasing after it. Smetham from behind the net, back to the point. Case flipping it right back in, was looking for Lemke for the tip. Now it's to Ricci. Another shot, cross ice, and that one comes out of play. 3:57 here left in the third period. 36-30, the shots on goal in favor of Iroquois Falls. And the Voodoos are up 3-2.
Powassan's done a really good job of controlling the puck recently. We've had a few plays go down the ice where I thought we were going to see a couple icings that didn't have to be icing, but they grab the puck and make their way back in, have some good control, and getting some good chances there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple more on the scoreboard for them before the night's through.
Another chance here is Patrick off the draw, threw it on net. Good save by Haylock. Puck out front again as the Voodoos battle for it, but the Storm clear it. Still in Storm territory. McKnight with possession, flips it around from behind his net. Sherwin takes a big hit at the blue line, and the puck stays in. Now Patrick with possession. Patrick gets out front. The goal scorer here in the third period took a shot that was turned aside by Haylock. McKnight Goes across ice to his teammate. Flipped down by Patrick. Patrick with his skate wills it back to the Voodoos zone and picks it back up. Now he goes cross ice looking for McEwen. Puck flipped down the ice. No icing there as it hit Turner. And now Hindman gets to it. Hindman from behind his net. Goes cross ice, finding his man. Storm, Corbett. Tried to flip it back in. Now the puck does bounce in on Wilcox as he had a little bit of a trouble with that one. But no harm, no foul as the puck came to the side of his net. Now Smetham on the near side. Skates around his man. Flips it far side for McEwen. McEwen goes cross ice, hits Lemke, and Lemke just chips it in for Smetham to chase after. Smetham lost the puck behind the net, and now going the other way, Iroquois Falls. Throwing the puck in cross ice. Ricci gets to it. Ricci looked blindly behind him to Corbett. Now Corbett on the shot from the near side is stopped by Wilcox with 2:26 remaining in this third period.
That was a very quick shot that Corbett got off there, and Wilcox had a great reaction and got it in his glove there. I want to take a step back and go to an early conversation about Average Joe's. They've been a very great and an important sponsor for us here, getting the Frontline off and running last year and continuing this year. Very fine dining restaurant, great dining experience. You're not going to be eating McNuggets there.
Out front, Sherwin with the shot. Big block there by Case. And now the Voodoos going the other way with numbers. McMillan walks in, takes a shot. Saved there by Haylock. Another chance on the doorstep. And that was turned aside by the netminder. McMillan keeping it in though. Smith with it. Back out for Thompson. Thompson with the shot. That one just hit off the end boards. The Storm going the other way. 1:50 left here in this third period. Haylock still in his net. Rotundo with possession. Behind his net to Sturge. Sturge leaves it for Rotundo now. Rotundo stick handles his way past his man. Now it's up for Sturge to DeBroy. DeBroy flipping it down the ice. Now it's Hinman with it as he got the puck from Haylock. Haylock looking to the bench as the Storm still have the puck in their own zone. As now Haylock makes his move. Extra attacker on for the Storm. Empty net in the one end. 6 Storm players in the other. Leach to Hinman. In deep now. Peaver tried to throw it out front. And now the Storm are just going to skate it around. Back to the point. Shot on net. Wilcox makes the save. Has a Storm player crash the crease and fell on him. And we're into the final minute now. 56.8 seconds left on the clock.
Looks like we're getting a timeout for the Storm. That was a great save by Wilcox to hold that one there. There was a scary moment beforehand where a couple Voodoos players had run into each other and they were almost down to a situation of being effectively 6-on-4 on the ice.
Yeah, that's never good when you gotta give them a 2-goal or 2-man advantage like that, because that's one thing when I used to play hockey, my coach always said to me, hey, anytime that you're on the ice, it's a mini power play for the other team.
That's always a great confidence booster, huh?
Well, he said it to the whole team, not to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't just me. I mean, I was on the ice a lot, so many power plays everywhere, but maybe he said it to Ben Sargent, too, and that's why he doesn't want to go on the although I never played hockey with Ben, so.
He's talked too big about his defensive skills, and he doesn't want the truth to come out.
Yeah, even though Mike Brito outed him on the podcast, but hey, who am I to talk? It's not like Mike Brito was his coach or anything.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I asked Ben when he was going on about his defensive skills, I said, where's your elite prospects page?
Yeah.
Where's Hockey DB for Ben Sargent? As we're back underway here, back to the Storm in the Voodoo zone. Cassidy with the shot. That one hit a man in front, never got on net. Now on the near side, Sherwin with it. Case battling with his man behind the net. That was Jugnoth. Comes away with it, though, is Peaver. Back to the point. Hinman back to Peaver. Shot on net, turned aside. 35 seconds remaining here. Extra man on the ice for Iroquois Falls. The Voodoos looking for the puck as Case tried to will it up for Lemke. Puck doesn't come out of the zone, though. And now Case gets to it, and he flips it out. So the Storm will have to regroup at the neutral zone. Cassidy battling for it. Couldn't get it past his man, though, as Hinman walks in. Hinman leaving it for Peaver. Peaver goes cross ice. It was just out of the stretch of Jugnoth. Jugnoth walks in, takes a shot. That one's behind the net. Wilcox looked the other way, and with 3 seconds, that'll do it here as the Voodoos will skate away with a big victory here. 3-2 over the Iroquois Falls Storm at the Powassan Sportsplex. A big bounce back here after falling 3-1 to the Hearst Lumberjacks last night.
That's a big win for Wilcox and a big performance to have turned aside 37 of 39 shots, but not too slacking at the other end, turning aside 33 of 36 shots.
Yeah, Haylock had himself a good night for sure. The Voodoos with a big victory again, picking up 2 points here tonight against a division foe in the Iroquois Falls Storm. Iroquois Falls did not look like a team that was playing its third straight game in 3 days. So good on them for coming in here and battling hard against the Voodoos as we get a salute to the crowd by the Voodoos. And now we'll have to find out who the 3 stars of the game are.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
As the players go off the ice, looks like we got a couple of Voodoos players for the 3 stars of the game, and hard to argue otherwise, as now we get a good little moment at center ice there with Darby McCarthy and Hinman.
The 3 stars. The 3rd star from Iroquois Falls, number 10, Ben Sherwin.
Ben Sherwin getting us the 3rd star.
Number 25, Wraith Smith.
Wraith Smith with the 2nd star of the game. Hard to argue with that one as well. And Ryan Patrick is going to be your number 1 star here as he scored the game-winning goal on a gorgeous-looking one-time attempt by the Voodoos earlier in that 3rd period. Hard to argue with both him and Wraith Smith, both of them all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, great game out of both of them. And on top of the 3 stars, we have our thing that we do here on the front line.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough,
our
to
segment,
say.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Our segment that we do, player of the game, that we're going to have an interview live on our social media of a player.
Best thing that happened last night was, like I said, oh man, it's really hard to put together North Bay Sturgeon Falls McDonald's player of the game.
Yep.
And so at the end of the interview, I said, and there's Ryan Patrick, our North Bay Sturgeon Falls player of the game. Completely missed the McDonald's, but the most important part.
I mean, North Bay and Sturgeon Falls do have ties to junior A hockey in Powassan.
It's true. It's true. The Skyhawks used to play in Sturgeon Falls, and then they played in Powassan before that.
Yeah, the Hawks moved to Sturgeon and became the Lynx, and then became the Skyhawks, and then moved to North Bay.
And then they were the Skyhawks there, and then they were the Trappers, and then they moved to Mattawa, were the Blackhawks for a season. Then they moved to Iroquois Falls and were the Abitibi Eskimos or Eskies for a season.
Yep.
And then they now are the Hearst Lumberjacks. Funny how that works.
It really moves around.
Yeah. So with that being said, he's Ben Long. A huge thank you to him. A huge thank you to Mike Brown, our camera operator. A huge thank you, of course.
Happy birthday, Mike Brown.
Yes, happy birthday indeed, Mike. And a huge thank you to Harrison Clements for running our social media for us all night long as well. And to Cassie Milne, our wonderful co-op student who joined us for color commentary in the 2nd period. And, of course, allowed the Storm to score 2 goals against the Voodoos in that period as well. So, with that being said, I'm Courtney Kenny. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you, so bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.